The blessed man welcome on one of the top commits in 2021 and the newest member of North Carolina's class, Marco Dunn. How you doing, man?
I'm good. What about you?
Pretty good. Well, it's a big day, man. You've announced your commitment. You are a Tar Heel now. What's going through your mind?
Everything, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to get on campus. I'm ready to get to work. I'm excited.
Absolutely. What's going on with this process? You come out from Arizona, so you were raised, born in Tucson. You come out now to North Carolina, and that's really where you blew up in the past year. You get the North Carolina offer, though. Take us to this past year and what's been like blowing up and getting to the place you're at now.
It's been crazy. It's definitely been different, but I mean, it's all been a blessing.
So did you see this coming? I mean, when did it kind of click that you realized you can be a top player in the country and you can have offers from almost anywhere in the country?
Um, Probably maybe during the high school season, I was like, I can really do something with this.
And so a year ago, you're in Tucson. I think you're ranked around 146 or something. Did you see yourself becoming a top level player at that point?
Um, I mean, yeah, honestly, I always thought I was very talented and could be one of the best players in the country. Those were my goals around. Those were my eyes around. So, I mean, I never stopped, honestly. Even when I got here, I was like, I can really make it happen, especially it being North Carolina. And, like I said, maybe during the season, I was like, I can really do something with this. Like Coach Stack, he told me, you put your head down and grind, you can really make it out. I didn't look back.
So what went into this move? Was it a kind of a family decision, a basketball decision? Why'd you make the move from AZ to North Carolina?
It's really my mom, honestly. If I'm being honest, I didn't want to move, but my mom, she took a job actually on Fort Bragg. She's a Wildcat VA counselor,
Hmm.
and so and she was like, I'm moving to North Carolina. I didn't really have a choice, so I came with her and turned out for the best.
Absolutely. And so now we look back at, I mean, you look at Arizona, we know there's all the big prep schools, Compass, Hillcrest, Dream City, Powerhouse Prep. Were any of those schools ever reaching out to you, or is that something that you ever looked to as a possibility of staying out there and playing prep basketball?
Yeah, I think actually my AU team, uh, PH Prep is what they're called. They actually told me, I can go out with them and train with them, and it was always a possibility. I think I was going to go there or this high school called South Point, and we were talking about it, but I mean, at the end of the day, though, I didn't want to leave my mom, so.
There's a picture I want to kind of talk about. You were obviously with Powerhouse, which is now Easy Select, and that picture has guys like Duron Holmes, Justice, Kai Oliver, Bret Hart, Jalen Scott. Just a lot of guys that have now reached you guys' dreams, become Division One players. You look back on that, how special is that seeing it?
And that's crazy. I think all of us went into that season with the mindset, we're trying to get on, we're trying to win games, we're trying to, get noticed, and for all my guys to have those opportunities at the next level is great. Hopefully they stick to it and keep following their dreams. So.
Now there is one big guy, Duron Holmes, he narrowed down to top four, but would like to match up against him someday and at the college level.
I mean, that would be exciting if I see him there. Obviously he's a great player. He does a lot of great things, and he's great size and he works hard. I think he's one of the first players that I seen ever that I played with that I was like, this guy, his mindset is someone like mine, and he really wants to work and he wants to get better, and obviously play dividend. He's going to play at the next level at a very high level. So.
Beyond Tucson, you weren't necessarily close to like the Phoenix area and that, but you still know the top players in Arizona, guys like Duron, Tyle, those guys. When you
Mhm.
compare that kind of brand of basketball, the Arizona West Coast basketball, compared now to North Carolina, the guys out there, what's some of the differences and similarities you see between them?
Honestly, if you're a top player anywhere, you're a top player anywhere. I think guys like Duron and and some top players in AZ, they're elite. And obviously it's shown they have the offers and the recognition to back it up. But I think over here the difference is like there's a lot more good players. You know what I'm saying? I think in Arizona is like you have you would have maybe like 20, maybe 30 guys that like, okay, well, he can go to the next level. I think over here is like, you see it, at every high school, you see it at,
Hmm.
down the street, so there's always guys over here. So I think the competition is just that much higher. There's just a bigger pool of talent.
Absolutely, man. Well, let's get into this commitment process. You go down, your top seven features Texas, Vanderbilt, Clemson, Louisville, Georgia, Arizona, North Carolina. Why do those seven schools make your top group?
I think those are schools that, really prioritize me, that I thought would give me the best opportunity. And I've been very meticulous with this recruiter process and what schools I think could provide me what I need. So I just think those schools did that. Not only showing great interest in me and laying out what the blueprint of what I could do for the school, but but my own research, what they play like and players they've sent to the league and stuff like that. I was like, these 7 schools that I think I can do that at.
Now, a lot of people always make the crystal balls out there. They put out their predictions. A lot of people figure you're going to go to UNC, but some people thought Vanderbilt was a possibility, Arizona another one. But truly for you, who were the final schools? And when you're talking as a family, we know North Carolina's up there, but who's maybe number 2 and 3? We're kind of up there alongside North Carolina.
Really, it was really a close race between Georgia, Texas, Arizona, and UNC, probably in that order. Arizona, UNC, I really went back and forth on a long time. I was like, I really, quote unquote, like the narrative. I really like the narrative of Arizona, coming back and helping Shama. I know he's hungry to get back to the, surpass Final Four and stuff like that. And, being a hometown kid, I was like, I could be a really big possibility and, to go to leave from Tucson, that would be great. And, Texas, well, I have a really good relationship with Shaka. That coach staff is great. And Georgia, well, I know they develop great players. So, I mean, probably those 4 schools was like, those are really, really close for me. But I think at the end of the day, though, I was like, UNC is the place I want to be. They provide the greatest opportunity. And at the end of the day, I trust the coach staff. I think that Williams and Robinson and everybody else who's recruiting on that staff does a great job with their players. And I don't think there's a better fit in the country, honestly.
For the Georgia aspect, real quick, when you look at that, was the fact that they got Anthony Edwards to become a draft this upcoming season, was that something that made them a lot more appealing to you?
Yeah, but not only Anthony Edwards, I think Kareem's development with Oladipo and guards like me was really intriguing. He when we were talking, he gave me specific details and things I could do to improve my game, and I was like, so that was really intriguing for me to look at that and say, hey, he can, he's done that with these guys are NBA All-Stars, and he's going to be a number 1, number 2 draft pick, and he's done it multiple times, so what could happen to me?
Were you ever close to going to Arizona? I mean, how close did you get to possibly having Arizona be the school you're going to attend?
It was very close. Like I said, I went back and forth for a long time. I think, I was just in my head. I think, Arizona might have been one of the leading at one point. And, it was very close. They win ball games at the end of the day. They're a top-tier program. They have great players, and they sent guys to the league. So it's very close.
So what was the turning point for UNC then? Was there like a certain moment you remember that they kind of ended up surpassing everyone else and you knew, okay, UNC is where I want to go?
The turning point, I would say it was a turning point. Like I said, it was a lot of back and forth. Mm-hmm. But, honestly, I think once I just, sat back and really looked at it, and I looked at, the style of play and how Carolina uses their guards and how they move the ball on offense and, the opportunity if you, do what you need to, success is right there. You just got to go and take it. And, with the evidence of Williams and that program, I was like, I don't think there's a better fit for me in this country. So it's really, it really made it clear once I developed that in my head.
Couldn't agree more, man. Let's get into UNC. I think for some people, they look at UNC and say, well, they had a crazy year last year, last in the ACC. But I think you look back at them, that's an outlier. Roy Williams never had that kind of year before. They're always a top 3 program. It kind of just a weird year last year. But looking at that, did that kind of influence you at all? What kind of were your thoughts on them not being as successful as they typically are?
I mean, they had a lot of injuries and, a lot of mishaps during that season. Everybody knows they're, a blue blood top tier program. So, I didn't really hold that against them. I know they're in I wouldn't even call it rebuilding phase anymore. I think they got the guys to compete at that national level to win a championship. So, that's what I want. I think that's what every player in the country going to college wants. So, that's very, very appealing.
Now, this 2020 class is the class that I know they're ranked high, but I don't think people realize how special they are. Caleb Love, I think, might be a one and done player because of how special he is. But you got guys like Duron, Walker, Kessler. You have RJ, Puff, Kerwin, all these guys that will pause. Some of them might be one and dones, but a lot of these guys might be there 2, 3 years. How special are they?
Oh, they're great players. I can't wait to play with them. I think, just the system, like I said, UNC has, and the ability to get the ball to shooters and get it inside to the big men, and the way they move the ball and play the right way. I think that's it's great playing with other great players. It makes the game easier for you. So to see Puff and Dayron and all those guys who might be coming back when I'm there, I mean, it's just gonna be, it's gonna be a great time.
As for 2021, there's one guy's already committed, and Dontrez Styles. Do you happen to know him yet?
Yeah, we worked out a few times.
For sure. Now, you guys have both you guys locked in. Anyone else you guys are kind of targeting or you'd like to possibly add on to your recruiting class?
Yeah, there's a couple targets. Obviously, Sky Clock is committing next month. I'll be a big pickup or Hunter Silas. They were talking about him. So, there's some other guys in the class that, we would like to have. So, hopefully we get them and keep an eye on them and reach out to them.
Now, if you sit back for a second, we already discussed how this kind of been a crazy year for you blowing up wise, but look back at it now. You're going to be a Tar Heel. You're going to put on one of the most iconic jerseys ever to be put on. You're going to be coached by one of the best coaches to ever coach and play in one of the most famous stadiums of all time. What's going to go through your mind? Has it kind of set in for you yet?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. It's all a mindset thing, though. You got to keep your eyes in front. Do what you do. I don't think it gets more complicated than that. Obviously, I know the prestigious program that it is and the expectation that you have there, but you want to be part of that. That's something you want to hold to your name. So I'm looking forward to.
What was your reaction to your first call with Coach Robert Williams?
I think Coach Robertson told me he was going to call me, and but when he actually called me, I was like, wow, this actually happened. You know what I'm saying? Because over the cornerback, I gained interest really quick. So, for Coach Williams to call me and, talk about me and say he wanted me, he needed me and all that stuff. And, it was exciting, man. Definitely.
So now you know you're going to be coached by him, a guy that's got guys to the NBA, guys won championships, accomplished all the things he's done. What are you most excited for to have him as your head coach?
Probably our relationship, on and off the court. I know on the court, he's promised me to work as hard as he can. And, that's exciting because I know I am too. And, I think that's the most you can ask for. And off the court, I know he's a great person. And I know he treats his players like his son. So, I'm looking forward to that.
And we always see coaches for what they do on the court. We know them kind of somewhat through different interviews and whatnot. But you kind of get to see him completely off the court, completely just as a guy in a day-to-day life. What's he like in that aspect?
From what I could tell so far, he's a very down-to-earth guy. I think, he cares for all of his players like his sons, like I said. And, he wants all of us to succeed. And, I think he's very old-fashioned. I think, that appeals to me and my family and our values and what we want in a coach as, someone that will be leading his players. So.
You are a guy that I listen and talk about as a bucket. I mean, you are just a purebred scorer, one of, if not the best pure scorer, not just in 2021, but the entire country. How do you plan to translate that now to the college level?
Like I said, I'll be playing with other great players. So, obviously, I will look to score and use my abilities and shoot the ball and, get it when I can. But, I'm going to do the best for the team to win. And, at that level, I know there's, other players and at my position and around. So, I'm just be looking to do what I can, honestly. I know it'll be an adjustment, but, I work hard and no doubt I'll definitely produce great numbers. So.
And when you look at a guy like you, though, as I said, I mean, I think you are one of the best pure scorers. That's a mentality. Obviously, it takes a lot of skill and all, but there's a certain mentality, just taking over a game, when it's time for you to do your thing, and you learn at the high school level. When that first clicked for you, when did you realize you are capable of taking over a game and leading your team in scoring?
Honestly, I think I just, go out there and try to compete. I don't even think really about scoring. I think I just try to compete at the level that my skill will let me at, So, if that means scoring, then it does. And off the time it does because, I developed myself and I trained very hard to do that. And so, that just happens. I try to get in the flow. I don't really try to, force the issue. But, oftentimes those opportunities just come my way. So it happens, and I just put the ball in the basket. So
The history is incredible at UNC in terms of NBA players that's played at all positions and made it to the NBA. Is there a player that you look back at in UNC history that you may play a lot like or fans can kind of expect you to play like?
yeah, I think I'm trying to right now, and what I see, Wayne Ellington was very similar just in terms of catch and shoot, size, position, all that stuff. He played really well for them. Kobe White, I think he, obviously he was a point guard, but just how he pushed the transition and stuff like that. I try to really watch him a lot, especially being a ball dominant guard. The way Carolina plays, pushing up and down and being able to shoot it well. He's a great example. They have a lot of players that they use, at those positions that you can shoot it well, you can push, you can do all those things, you can, fit in the Carolina system, and you'll probably be very successful.
Talking to the coaching staff, what do they kind of want you playing as a freshman on? Do they want you to bring the ball up sometimes, more as a combo guard kind of player? What's kind of the role they see you playing in your freshman season?
Just a guard, honestly. Obviously, I'll be at the, my true position would be the 2, but more like a combo guard, honestly, 1, 2. If it's a very small line, maybe even 3. But just being out of the perimeter, being able to push guard multiple positions, shoot it, attack, all the things the team needs to win. I think, any position, not the guard position, I can get it done.
You haven't had a complete AAU season. You've had some camps and tournaments, but not the full year you wanted. Hopefully, you guys have a high school season now. But for UNC fans that haven't got to watch you play yet, what can they expect from you? What do you bring to a team?
Like you said, I think I'm a scorer. I think that's what I do the absolute best. I believe I shoot it well, and I compete on both ends. Play hard, give it my all, and be a winner at the end of the day.
You'll be in the ACC, one of, if not the best conference in America. We know the rivalries UNC has with schools like Duke, but what game are you personally the most excited for?
That's a tough one. They have a lot of great opponents. The game I'm most excited for, I can't say I have one, honestly, but, I know I have a lot of great opponents, so I'll see. I'll find out.
Absolutely, man. Well, let's talk a little about your high school season. You guys went 30-0 this past year, which is not an easy thing to do. You averaged over 20 a game, over 7 rebounds, 2 assists, nearly 3 steals a game. Take us to the past season. What was the past season like?
It was great. We had a great group of guys. We got a lot of guys that wanted to win. And, we have a really good core and a group of guys that have that priority. It makes for a really fun season. So, obviously it showed with our record. But it was a great time last season.
This is an intro year for you. This is a year that you've grown tremendously, as we already talked about in your junior campaign. Senior year, I have no idea what you're even capable of. So what do you think you can do? What's the next jump for DeMarco Dunn?
I think increasing everything. I feel like I can get better in a lot of areas, as well as building on my strengths. And, obviously, leadership is going to have to come a big, role with the team that we have. We have a lot of young guys coming in. And so, I'm going to have to step up and, take that leadership role to lead those guys back to another state championship. And but I told myself, developing my body, get ready for that next level, increase my range, staying sharp with my handles, and, defending, competing, just being a better competitor all around. I think that's my next step.
So are you saying could we possibly expect a 30-point plus per game kind of year for you?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I think, like I said, I'm going to be the best competitor I can. And, I feel like I can score very well. That's my best attribute. So, definitely look out for that.
So what's your overall goals for the year, both personally as a team?
Go back undefeated. I don't think there's any reason why we can't do it. We have a great group of guys, great, talented young guys. And that would be the goal for myself. I think, just to lead the team. My points are going to come. My averages will be good. And so, no doubt about that. But, like I said, winning is that number one priority.
Your personal comparison, I've heard you say a few times, is Damian Lillard, a guy that Paul Biancardi has referred you to as Shaggy Gilgeous-Alexander. who's the kind of player you truly do see yourself in? Why do you choose Damian Lillard as a guy that you think you play a lot like?
Just the way he shoots. I think he has a quick trigger. He doesn't really think about his shot. I think that's something you want to model. You know, Paul and Cardi said Shea Gibbs Alexander. I think for my size and my pace with the ball, I think that's very high praise for him to tell me that and say that about me. But I think I try to take stuff from a lot of players. I don't really try to be like one player, but being able to shoot it well and stuff like that, I think that's very, very important.
And you do have a lot of attributes to your game. I mean, the scoring takes all over the place, and that's why I think you are so elite. You can score at all three levels. We know you can knock down the three-point shot, both off the dribble, pull-up shots. You can also catch and shoot. You can also go down mid-range. You can attack the rim at a high level too. You're athletic. You have all kind of aspects you need to be an elite, all-around offensive scorer. How have you learned to adjust to that? I mean, how have you learned to kind of incorporate the athleticism into your game as well as just all different ranges of the basketball?
Just work, honestly. I think, it goes hand in hand. And I think the more you work on it, the more you hone those skills, the more it'll just come out when you play. And, that's all it is.
We hear these stories all the time. I mean, John Morant's the biggest one right now of guys that weren't always highly ranked. He left high school not ranked, but you have been underrated, under-recruited, under-ranked for most of your high school career. For guys that are like you, like guys that are trying to break out and get their opportunity someday in 2022, 2023 and on, what does it take for them to do that?
Just stick with it. Stay with the process. I don't think I did anything else. Obviously every guy sets out for those goals, getting those type of offers and those type of rankings when in the beginning of high school career. But all it is sticking with it. I didn't do anything different. I just, set my game plan, kept developing my skills, and I got in the right situation to show those things, and it's paid off.
I never like asking this question until you guys are committed, but you go back growing up, who's the team you like watching? Who's your favorite team growing up?
My favorite team was probably Kentucky. They had a lot of, honestly, because they had a lot of top recruits that I grew up watching. I was like high school recruits, and they went there, and they was in the league like John Wall and players like that. Guys with the big old mixtapes, and you're like, well, where's he going? He goes to Kentucky.
Absolutely. And you look through all your recruiting process now. All the schools college you offered you. What was the most shocking offer you got? The most shocking phone call you received throughout your entire recruiting process?
Probably Coach Williams, honestly. When he called me in, probably the day that he offered me, I knew I was very hard, and I came off a great season. He told me that he doesn't really offer players off of film and stuff like that, but he just seen my film so much, and he believed in me, and he trusts me, and I'm gonna trust him. So that was my craziest offer, craziest phone call.
What was Coach Williams' reaction when you called him and told him that you're going to be committing and become a Tar Heel?
They're related. They're actually both in him and Coach Robertson in their locker room, and they're about to go out of practice. And I texted them. I said, "You have some free time?" And they said, "Yeah." Put on a speakerphone, and I called them. And when I told them, they both jumped up and screamed, like, "Hey!" and stuff. So
That's awesome, man. Well, one of my last things I like talking about is building a legacy for yourself, and that's something I think you want to do. So when you are done playing basketball someday, what do you want your legacy to be for what you achieve both on and off the court?
To be the ultimate winner. I think that's how a lot of people's careers are defined. What they win. So national championships, even in the league. Number one goal is to win NBA finals. So I just want to be when I want to win state championships. I want to get the job done. So that's what my career defined as.
Well, my final thing before I let you go, give UNC fans your three biggest goals you have set for your college career.
Number one is winning national championship. That'd be big. As many of those as we can. But number two, honestly, I think winning national championship, trying to go to the NBA out of there, I think those are my only two goals.
That's big time, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you tonight to come on today. Congrats on the commitment once again, man, and go do your thing this year.
Appreciate it.
Of course, man. You're always welcome on, man. God bless.
Yeah, you too.